So, ladies and gentlemen, today I have with me one of my closest and dearest friends. Somebody I consider my little sister. My little sister in my Rolling Ray voice. So I got my girl Jen with me. And we gonna talk our shit today, y'all. And we gonna get lit at the same damn time. I hope you got something to roll on to smoke on. Cause I know I damn sure do.
I don't want right here too. My hair look all crazy. You can tell I just got up. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Shit, yo, the crazy thing is, I told you, I fell asleep too. I was like, man, fuck that. I was so tired. I worked today, so I was like, if I get like at least 2-3 hours of sleep, I should be good to podcast. And I got to get back up in the morning time to go back. So you already know. I just wanted to jump on and talk about a few things because there's a lot of shit going on. And I'm like, I need to get somebody else's input on this.
No, for real, because this shit, every time I start talking, oh, here's Jennifer go again.
I know, they always try to say we conspiracy theorists and shit. Like, nah, we just hear mad shit. We see mad shit.
Our mind is open, that's why.
So I would have played a video for you that you didn't get a chance to hear last time. Right, so this is what I got.
Let's move that there and focus more here on these lines. In our multiverse, and there's an infinite number of these realities, and in each reality, as every electron spins an animator of an animator to an animator to an animator around a nuclei of an atom, we're catapulted into, an infinite number of alternate universes. Just imagine this is the start of the universe. This is our original timeline, right? But as soon as this starts, we are infinitely catapulted into an infinite number of parallel universes. And somewhere infinity down the line, here's our universe, right? And then we're constantly shifting into alternate universes as we speak. And that expansion of infinite universes is our reality as we know it in time. So, therefore, if there are other universes, they're next to ours. And this actually relates to my theory of the Mandela effect and how the particle accelerator altered the weight of one electron and therefore destroyed our universe and shifted us into the universe that's directly next to it. And therefore, things are different in this universe.
So you believe that this thing that some people call the Mandela effect is actually real?
Oh, it's absolutely real.
Can you describe what it is for people who have never heard it before?
Sure. So the Mandela effect is the effect of some people thought that Nelson Mandela died at a certain time, and other people remember it as a different time. And this goes for a lot of other things. Star Wars, classic videos, Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. Everybody knows that. Well, if you actually look back to the original film, it's not Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. It's Magic Mirror on the Wall. And some people actually...
Which, of course, it's not.
It's not,
in
right.
The reality I grew up in.
Right, exactly. And, I mean, some people in this reality, I guess, maybe didn't make it from our last reality, I'm thinking. I'm still trying to figure out why they don't remember it. And some people do. But anyway, though... That is the Mandela effect, and we are living in an alternate expansion of our universes. Even in my own scientific notes, I've found rewritten signatures and things that are a little bit different from originally what I wrote.
So how did that actually happen? Let's take your notebook, or let's take Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, like an old film, animated film. How did it actually change?
Well, it never changed. We changed. That means that...
You heard that shit?
Yep.
Now, the crazy thing about it, right? Because I was saying to myself, I'm like, yo, with him talking about the multiverse and all the different type of universes and all of that shit, it take me back to an article that I read years ago, right? And they was saying how some of the directors from movies and TV shows, they get ideas from the CIA and the FBI and all of that shit to make these movies, or they get the green light to make these movies. So with everything going on in the world, right, with all this evil shit, they have to tell us the truth first, right? So do you think they are telling us the truth in the fucking movies before they give it to us? Because not for nothing, Avengers is starting to look real more and more each day.
Exactly. I definitely believe that. Like, especially with, like, all the shows that they have on WB. You got The Flash, you got Arrow, all of them shows that they literally talking about different multiverses and stuff. I definitely believe that.
Boom, like you said, Flash, right? My fault to cut you off, right? But you said Flash, and that brought me to them having that fucking particle shit that went around in circles and spun, and then the shit got out of control and everybody got these fucking superpowers. It wasn't that like a trend that was going on TikTok like a few months back when everybody was talking about they was gonna get these superpowers from CERN? Like,
yep, and then the broom standing up. It's everything. It's just like, it's a lot.
that shit is mind-boggling. But I brought this case up, right? Because they said this video was shot in like 2012, and this kid was like maybe 12 or 13 years old. If I'm not mistaken, they said 2012 or 2014. This kid has not been seen since.
Oh, of course not.
Like,
of course not. Why do you think all these people are just randomly dying? Oh, they drowned. Oh, this is not randomly happening. Everybody that's literally started talking that knows anything, they just randomly disappear and something is just happening. Ain't no fucking natural causes. Y'all fucking with the physics of everything. Everything. It's like, I feel like Terrance Howard, he gonna be next, bro.
Yeah, all right. Now, you brought up Terrence Howard. Tell me about the Terrence Howard situation, because I got just a little bit of information on it, right? And as soon as I went to save it on my TikTok, where I seen it at, it erased.
Yeah, the video keeps getting deleted.
Every time I go put his name in, nothing pops up.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you go on YouTube, you'll see it where he literally developed like a new hydrogen technology, and the U.S. won't let him use it. But he's literally saying that it's like gonna stop pollution. It's like these drones, so it's fully powered on hydrogen. So like, since that's a natural gas or whatever, he's literally saying it's gonna stop pollution. It could fuel cars, planes, everything. But they're not trying to let him use it at all, like at all. And then he actually has a PhD and like all these different type of science stuff. He's smart as fuck. And he went to Uganda to try to use it because they're not trying to let him use it here at all. So Uganda's gonna actually be the first place that starts to use it.
Come a little close to your mic.
I said Uganda is gonna be like the first place that actually uses it. Because he went all the way to Uganda because America is not trying to fuck with it at all. He built all these different type of technologies, all these different type of things, and he's using it off of hydrogen, and they're not fucking with it.
So
I say he's putting action and everything.
I think I found a video. So I'm trying to see. I had to plug up the goods so that way I could keep you.
What's that?
Well, I'm going to talk about this since we're here. This is the proof that the square root of 2 is a rational number.
Yes.
Now, this is the point where 4 bubbles meet equally and oppositely.
Can I touch it?
Yes. And it's where 12 planes meet. This is an undiscovered geometry that I'm now making known to the world here on this show. I didn't come to tell you guys this. I just came to prove to you. Our entire world economy is based on 1 times 1 equals 1. So if you can prove that an action times an action equals a reaction, which science proves, then 1 times 1 must equal more than 1. And to have the physical proof of it, that kind of shakes things up.
Well, you're a shaker-upper.
To the universe, there are no borders. It's just mankind that has placed these borders. And we have to remember, when you take the 37% so you can have life, even separating 62%, that is an ungodly and unconscious act that will reap consequences.
Now, they played the music on top of it because, of course, the copyright. And ain't nobody trying to get sued. Don't nobody got time for that.
Exactly.
Nobody got time for that.
That also proves that there's different universe is in that same like diaphragm that he showed. But what's crazy is another thing that he was talking about is how everybody, you know how energy never dies, right?
Yeah.
So he's literally saying when you die, you're born again. But when you're a baby, you don't remember. Like you have little dreams where you're going into back and forth into your old self and to yourself when you're a baby. And then by the time you're like 4 or 5 years old, you know how people say, oh, you have an old soul and everything else. By the time you're 4 or 5 years old, you start to forget who you are. He said by the time mind you, he said this on camera too. By the time he was in his second life, he told himself when he died that he was going to remember. So he said when he was 6, he started writing down little things about his past life to remember everything. Like, and that's how he started remembering everything from his past life, his previous lives, and everything else. And I'm like, that shit is crazy. Mind you, he got a book for him when he was 6 years old, starting to write about everything about his past lives and everything. Mind you, this man's 40-something years old. He's been writing this thing since he was 6.
That shit is crazy.
Mind you, like I said, he got a PhD and all types of different sciences and shit.
I think I found the video of him talking about the drone. So let's check it out.
I've been nominated for Oscars and Golden Globes and SAG Awards, but those weren't the things that really moved me. As a child, I studied chemical engineering at Pratt Institute, was there for 2 years until I saw that there was an inconsistency with the math there. And so I went out to explore a new way of understanding how the universe works, and I was able to define the grand unified field equation they've been looking for and put it into geometry. And then with that geometry, I was able to put props on that. And what I'm saying is now we have invented a new form of flight that I would like to bring here to Uganda, to replace the drones, to replace the helicopters, to replace the planes. We have all the funding necessary. What we need is just a fertile ground in which to build this. Now, this is the geometry of hydrogen. Of hydrogen. Hydrogen. This is the proton itself. So any bond that hydrogen can make, our linchpins are able to make. So we're talking about unlimited bonding, unlimited predictable structures, supersymmetry. And the linchpins are now able to behave as a swarm, as a colony that can defend the nation, that can harvest food, that can remove plastics from the ocean, that can give the children of Uganda and the people of Uganda an opportunity to spread this and to sell these products throughout the world. So we are no longer just selling agricultural products and pieces from the land. We can now sell and take center stage with technology. But the main purpose is to defend the sovereignty of a peaceful place and a peaceful people without having to have our young men. Did y'all understand anything that he said?
Crazy.
And this is exactly why they're saying that Terrence Howard is losing his mind. Now all of a sudden he's losing his mind because he's quitting acting and everything else. He's not fucking losing his mind. Like, at all.
Yo, I'm sitting here scratching my head because I understood what he said, but I didn't understand what he said. He's so fucking smart. He's so fucking smart. Like, what? What?
Exactly.
Yo, these are things that we only seen in movies.
Exactly, and a lot of people don't know that about him at all, and that's why I feel it's crazy, because this man is smart as hell. He is smart as hell.
Yo,
and for him to give up his acting career and everything else, like he's gonna do the other Best Man, a new one, and after that he's quitting acting altogether.
Well, hey, I don't blame him. I
probably feel like he maybe have a contract, and that's why he has to do that last one or whatever. But he's not fucking with it no more at all. He's not fucking with it no more. And a lot of people don't know him as in movies and being an asshole and a dickhead in movies, but nah.
So Nera was saying, "Go ahead, baby."
Hi, Jen. How are you?
Hi guys, I hope all is well. Well, for my partake on it, what I think that he's talking about is nanotechnology. You saw in some of the movies how they have the small microorganisms and they put them in anything and it literally destroys or builds something.
I
So
don't
it's like
nothing.
might go to yeah. You ever saw like, okay, remember when Thor stacked his fingers
Mm-hmm.
and all the little particle came and everybody started to fade away?
Yeah.
That's nanoparticles. So if
Right.
you put nanoparticles on anything and you give it a memory, kind of like stem cells, it'll either grow or destroy.
So this is why in the movie when he snapped his finger, everybody felt like they was only going for like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
When it was
Because
really
then-
5 years.
Yes, because what happens is as soon as he did it and the nanoparticles fell, the new reality began to take form.
And it's like in the other Avengers movies, yo, this is always gonna result back to the Avengers movie in my case, because they've shown it to us multiple times. Y'all remember in the Avengers movie, in one of the, I don't know which number it is, it was a whole fucking bunch of them, where Black Hawkeye hurt himself and they put him on this machine and it started to rebuild his arm back with the nanotechnology. So the things that Terrence Howard is talking about is literally little particles of atoms that create humans and create machinery and all this other stuff.
And it can go from produce to weaponry to anything that you want.
He's literally talking about the vibranium in Wakanda, y'all. That's my take on it. That's what I feel like he's talking about. He's talking about nanotechnology that fucking... I hate to say this shit because it's gonna make me sound fucking crazy because I'm resorting to a fucking movie, but these things has been shown to us multiple fucking times over and over and over again. Now I'm saying Avengers because I think that's probably the most recent action movie that I've seen, but it has so much knowledge in it and science in it that it tell you literally what the fuck is going on and how things is happening now.
No, for real.
This shit is crazy. He's literally talking about things that we dreamed about and what they dreamed about years ago. Things that was in fucking movies and shit. Things cleaning up the ocean. Like, you heard him say taking plastic out the ocean and shit. Like, these things could build things to take things out the ocean. To make the air cleaner.
Because as long as there literally is...
How is one technology doing this whole thing?
I mean, if you remember Battleship, when they finally found the alien, the little circle white thing they was looking for, and he was asking them, the scientific guy, the science guy, he was asking them, like, why is this here? Why is things happening? Why is all of this happening? How is this so old, but yet it's so new? Meaning, how is this here before us, but we don't know how to work it, or we have no idea how it works? And she was basically, the artificial intelligence was basically telling him that these things already existed. So when you have something that already existed, but you died down something, how can I put this? It's like we already was connected to it and it was already here. But throughout the bad vibrations, the bad music, the bad food, the jealousy, the anger, the hatred, it's kind of like we pushed ourselves away from who we truly are.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
If you think about the science, it's already there. They already can make babies outside the womb. They already been altering the foods. Broccoli is not what it is. Carrots is not what it is. They already been genetically modifying things. They've been doing this in front of our eyes for over 50, 60 years now.
Yeah.
Bananas are not even real.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When I found that shit out, I'd never eat a banana again. They said only the baby bananas is real. So I was like, I'm just gonna eat the baby bananas. Fuck that shit.
Exactly. And I was literally watching this video, and it was talking about how they literally generically make meat and stuff like that. What they do is, like, they take, it was like this mixture of something, and he had like a little tiny piece of meat, and he put the powder thing on it, and then it grew bigger, and then he's like literally rubbing it. He wrapped it, put it in a steamer for a couple minutes, took it out, and then he cooked it after that. And then I'm like, and then he said, this is how you make meat. And I'm like, I'm sitting there looking at it like, that steak probably costs about $15 for that big ass fucking piece of steak that's like this. And it's crazy because half of it wasn't even fucking meat. All it is, he put some shit on it and made that shit grow.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, and he said, the guy tasting it, he goes, oh, it tastes like the real thing. Yeah, I bet it fucking do.
But that's like a video that I watched where this guy cooked human fucking meat and gave it to them, and they was like, what the fuck is this? Like, they just giving people any fucking thing at this point.
Exactly.
I don't understand why. Like, what is all of this about? Like, why would they even try to do this to people?
Is this show called Lost in Space? You gotta watch that show. Like, it's on Netflix. It's probably gonna be there for a while, but like, you gotta watch it. That show it's really good.
And this is another video of Terrance Howard talking his shit.
I've made some discoveries in my own personal life with the science that, Pythagoras was searching for. I was able to open up the flower of life properly and find the real wave conjugations that we've been looking for 10,000 years. Why would I continue, walking on water for tips when I've got an entire generation to teach a whole new world? I've made some discoveries.
And he's literally showing us a whole new world.
I'm about to see you this video right now of Terrence Howard when he was talking about how he started to remember his past life. When he was 6, he started to write down everything with his past life. And that's how he got the way he is now.
Yo, by the way, guys, this podcast wasn't even about Terrence Howard. It was about something totally different, but this subject was too good to not talk about. Now, what you were saying, Jen?
What if other artists did the same thing, though? Like Elon, what if he did the same thing? Like, he had past lives and then he remembered who he was, and that's how he became a billionaire. Like
Jay-Z.
Amazon guy.
Jay-Z. Like, do you not see the old-ass pictures of Jay-Z? Like, they got old-ass, like, Eddie Murphy the same way. These people literally, it looked like they jumped generations. Like, it's very scary and shocking when you see old pictures of celebrities and you be like, what? This cannot even be them. This was back in the fucking 1700s. Nicolas Cage. They have a lot of these pictures where these celebrities look like people. All right, so let me open up the link. Oh, you want to know what's crazy? Because I was going to play this video and I didn't know if it was going to play or not.
Well, it's been 40 years of me dancing on this thing. For 40 years, I was told I was wrong. For 40 years, I was told that, the platonic solids and all those were the solids. You have to have faith in self. All of this, I can sit up here and tell you guys that, I'm the smartest man in the world. I figured out what Da Vinci and none of them could do. The truth is, you really want to know the truth? This may be crazier than the fiction. The truth is, I woke up inside my mother's womb at about 6 months of age. I woke up inside of there. Like, boom. I don't know what had happened. Maybe my mother went through some trauma or whatever. But I woke up and I was like, oh, God, I'm here. I'm here. Don't forget. This is truth. Don't forget. Just go by. Every once in a while, I would think about something and this would come over. And I didn't know it was my hand. I thought it was a friend. I had my whole name for it. Inside that womb, you were conscious. You woke up because with our son Kieran, when he was my wife was 6 months pregnant, we would put the light on her stomach and he would follow it and push on it. And then we'd put the music and we'd put it all the way over to the other side and he would crawl all the way over to the other side of the stomach and push at the light with the music. So what I'm saying to you, you are conscious inside the womb, but we have no common frame of reference. But I remember, don't forget, because I knew I'd been here. Don't forget. And you know what I didn't want to forget? This flower of life. Because apparently I'd been interested in it at a given time. And I came out and I was born. The first thing I thought about when I was 5 years old, I was obsessed with bubbles. I was like, why does a bubble take the shape of a ball? Why not a square or a triangle? And I would go and try and make square or triangular bubbles. And we could never do it because it turns out everything expands as a sphere and everything contracts in geometric form. You drop a pebble into the pond, it expands in a perfect sphere unless there's something in the way. The moment it hits the edge of the shore and starts to come back, it's the contracting waves that hit the expanding waves that creates the initial geometries. Everything expands as a sphere, everything contracts in geometry in fifths, basically. So what I'm saying, and what I tried to tell you guys earlier, this is not your first time, it's not your first rodeo, and it won't be your last rodeo. Don't panic in this life. You can actually, there's no sense of death. Everything goes to sleep and it wakes back up again. Refolds and unfolds, refolds and unfolds. And if you're wise, if you're careful, because you can remember conscious moments in your life, can't you? You can remember moments when you're like, wait a minute, I'm in a bigger space than just this little body right here. You become fully aware of everything around you. And if you quiet yourself, you can think about those things. Well, apparently I did that at the last passage, because when I came into this life, I woke up, remember, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. And the first thing I did was worked out the flower of life. When I was 6 years old, I started making these pieces. What Da Vinci tried to do at 80, I did at 6 years old because I had been working on it perhaps from a past life. Now, I'm not trying to say I'm crazy or there's reincarnation or anything, but we know that energy does not die. Energy just reboots itself and reboots itself. So we are eternal. So stop panicking, thinking your life is over. You've done this trillions of times. You'll get good at it and we'll be perfect one time if we get conscious. But we have to get conscious, because I can either say I'm the smartest man in the world, that I figured out what nobody else in the world could figure out. With Aristotle, with Plato, Pythagoras, all of them tried to figure this out, but I know I am not smarter than these men. So I know that there's something to the consciousness of carrying things through, because the information and the knowledge that I have, I didn't go to school. I had a 1.6 grade point average graduating from high school because I had other things to do. But this information kind of educated me along the way because I was born into it. And now I have the pieces to follow it, and hopefully Chris and maybe Oxford and some of it will do some of the vetting for these things, and we can change the world. But if not, I'll keep doing it, and I'll do it in the next lifetime. If not this one, and in the next lifetime after that. Just remember, and another thing, don't forget, you know, you go from positive to negative, everything polarizes positive to negative, then more than likely, with each lifetime, male to female, male to female, if the universe is consistent. I think it is.
What?
And that's exactly how I feel like some billionaires are billionaires.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel like some people stay in the same power that they stay in.
Yeah, that's definitely true. We watch a lot of movies with the conscience transfer and all of that stuff, but maybe it's really not conscience transfer. Maybe it's just your energy rebuilding itself and moving on to a different life. Or Adam, or I don't know. He sounds so fucking smart. Like, I can listen to that man talk all day. Like, the crazy thing is, I never would have thought out of all people I would be saying this about Terrance Howard, but
you gotta protect that man. Watch, you gonna end up, he overdosed, like he did this, something soon.
yeah, we gotta protect that man at all costs, because at this point, shit. Everybody getting picked off one by one.
Why you think he's speaking now in other countries? Because he know he's not stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the first video that we watched from him, he was in Uganda, and he was talking about the drones and everything. So that, you know what, that was a very good talking point, Jen. I like that. That was dope as fuck. And I came on here to be messy, and you up here educating the people. Look at you. Look at you. I'm grateful though.
I feel like all of these billionaires and all these rich people, the only thing that they did was they remembered, or they literally had. You see what he did with it. He's trying to use science and he's trying to help the world. But I feel like they use that shit to get in power. They use that shit for other things, and that's why the world is fucked up the way it is now.
Nah, that's definitely true. That is definitely true. Nah, that was dope. I never knew Terrence Howard was like into that type of stuff. Like that's dope. I like that. That's fire.
My nigga Terrence Howard said aliens are real.
Well, I mean, look, at this point, the way shit going in the world, aliens are real, Jen. We done talked about it on my podcast. We done look, the people know already. The family already know. We talked about that on the podcast already. They already know about that. It's starting to come out more and more that they have alien technology, and it's starting to come out more that they've been meeting up secretly with these extraterrestrials and stuff. If a lot of people haven't been watching behind the scenes news, they want to actually bring some of them out, and I guess I don't want to say showcase them to the world as if they like some type of something, but they want to like I seen a video. I don't know if it was like a skit or something, but it looked kind of real to me, where they wanted to have us live in a world all together and all of that shit. This is just fucking weird. It's crazy. I just feel like it's a step for them to bring some damn demons up here and let them roam the fucking earth. That's what I feel like.
So, like, there's definitely different worlds and shit, but I feel like us as humans and stuff, we're gonna try to fuck up their world when they find out. Just like Avatar. You see how they came there, they destroyed their shit and everything the fuck else. I feel like if we was to go to their shit, if we was able to, because I do not feel like nobody ever went to space, because I have a fucking telescope. If I can see a fucking star from my house, and you mean to tell me every time we get on the moon, there's no stars when you're in space, it's bullshit.
Exactly. The crazy thing is,
there's no stars behind you. I can see a star from my fucking bedroom. You're bugging. No.
Nara be saying, she been telling me ever since the new Avatar movie they've been showing a trailer for the new Avatar movie. She been telling me, yo, I think Avatar is real. I think Avatar is real. And then she started telling me, I know Avatar is real. Like, I know for a fact it's real. And they've been saying, like, back in the day, oh, Avatar is real. But, you know, you have your skeptics. And for a long time, I'm not going to lie, I was one of them. And then I watched the movie and I was like, ooh, maybe they is right. Maybe they is right. But I do think that there is life but beyond the ice wall. General Byrd already said it. He's already seen it. And as the ice is melting in Antarctica, it's starting to show a lot of shit that we weren't supposed to see. And I feel like that's what the Antarctic Treaty was about. And since Russia did not sign that motherfucking treaty a year ago, they've been exposing shit like a motherfucker. Now, they are starting to say that we are having all these type of new fucking diseases coming out and all this next shit. Yeah, that shit is coming from over there. Because it's fucking thousands fucking year-old goddamn viruses and shit that's stuck in the ice and all of that shit, and then now it's starting to come out.
Yep.
General Byrd also said that I think his name was Admiral Byrd. Admiral Byrd. He said that beyond the ice wall there was fucking mammoths and all types of shit, and like they was communicating with telepathy. And the crazy thing is, I feel like we can do that if we put our mind to it.
Nah, I definitely.
It brings me to a video that I seen earlier with this little girl moving paper with her hands.
You started talking about Antarctica, and that's exactly what I was going to talk about.
That's exactly what I was about to bring up with you. I don't think that Avatar...
All right, Nara going to say something about Avatar.
I don't think Avatar is aliens. That's what I've been trying to say. But so many people get so distracted because the movie is so long that they don't watch it fully through. In order for you to get a lot of the little nicks in it, you have to pay attention to the movie. Now, me, I don't think that it's an alien species. I feel like if you really look at it and you really look at how they was dressed, that's either tribes that's from the Amazon or tribes that's deep, 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 deep down in Africa. You know those tribes that don't want nobody from us there, that if you step on their land, they shoot poisonous darts and shit at you because they don't want nothing to do with modern day? I think those are them people.
I 100% agree with her
because why do you think they keep trying to tear up the Amazon? Why do you think they keep tearing up Africa? Or remember, they wanted to tear up the Iniko tree. Why?
Yeah.
I 100% agree with her, especially because you know how they was having that whole battle with the courts where they was fighting for the Amazon and everything else. What happens? The people, they win, and then the Amazon burn the fuck down. You mean to tell me that they was fighting you guys for years and years, going back and forth to court for this, and they won their land back, and then it just burns the fuck down?
Exactly.
Like,
hence
nobody
when
even
they
paid
couldn't take
attention to
it
the
over,
fact that the
look at
Amazon
what
was
they
burning.
did.
For literally weeks, the Amazon was burning. Nobody paid attention to that at all. Nobody. Shit don't make no sense.
Hence to why Terrence Howard
won that
keep
case,
going
and then they burned it down
places.
anyway. That's fucked up.
You can't do that to the youth here. The youth here got to connect to it a different way.
Yeah.
The youth here got to connect through it through technology. Why? It's because it's what they know. When you go to Africa and all of them places, them kids is rid of that. Them kids walk on the earth with their feet, which is what we're supposed to do. Them kids is in the sun all day, so they pineal gland work. It's not blocked like ours is.
We got ours is too much,
yeah,
too
sugar.
Yeah, too calcified.
Yes. So they get to obtain the knowledge and to do what he's saying that they're able to do because they can. We all can. It's just the way they know what they did. Why do you think they took us from our home? Our home is very important to us.
Yep.
It's what makes us who we are.
So I was scrolling through TikTok. Y'all know me. Y'all just be scrolling. And there was a video of a little girl moving paper with her mind. Not her hand, her mind. She literally told her moms, I'm moving this paper with my mind. And she pushed the paper. She didn't push the paper. She put her hand near her head. And she had one hand towards the paper. And it started to glide across the floor. No wind, no fan, no air, no nothing. It didn't freak me out, but it was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, shit like this is really happening. But I think everybody has a story of them being younger and being able to tap into a side. Not like that, but something sort of like their own superpower. And like Terrance Howard, there's a lot of people that usually keep mental notes or journals about the things that they've experienced when they was younger. And like he said, I totally agree with one of the talking points he said where he mentioned Lord have mercy. When he was younger and he kept writing things down. And he kept writing things down. You get to a point where you start to remember different conscious things that happen in your lifetime. And I feel like growing up, everybody has that conscious point, like he said, where you just look around and you feel like there's so much more to this. Have you ever got to a point in life where you felt like there was just so much more to this?
Yep. Definitely. Like, I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
I know for me, in the start of 2020, that's why I started to realize there was more to life than this.
I feel like, I'm trying to think about like how to explain it. Like, you know how like when you go to sleep and like you dream, I feel like there's different parts of ourselves that's like that. Not that it didn't happen. That is like either our future selves or our past selves, and our time, some point in our timeline that happened. Because what happens after that, you don't remember. You wake up, you have that dream, and then like you remember your dream when you first wake up, and then 15, 20 minutes later, you don't remember what dream you had.
Right. I feel like sometimes those are the times where we jump reality and we don't know it. Because there's this one dream I specifically have And it mind fucks me every time I have it because it's usually the same surrounding, the same event, but I just don't know who the fuck these people are. But somehow they know who I am. And when total chaos always seemed to break out, it's like as soon as I feel like I'm about to die, I wake up. And I wonder to myself if that's how I died in my past life. Because most of the time, I have this dream. I'm usually watching something that's taking me there already. Because you know how they say not to leave anything on when you sleep and all of that shit. Because it fucks with you.
Doing that shit.
Yeah, like, it'll play in your mental. I feel like it takes me there because that's one of the points in my life. Or maybe that was going back to what the little boy said, the joint reality that we wind up having with, I don't know if it's a different reality or the same reality. Like, it's weird to me. Like, everything about this whole situation with the Max kid and then Terrence Howard, a lot of this shit go into each other. And I wanted to bring this up because I'm like, yo, a lot of people don't know that there's life beyond our life.
It definitely is.
And if we think hard and we think long about it, then maybe we can get to a point where we could be like, yo, I remember my past life. Now, I say that because I seen something, right, where this guy was doing hypnotherapy on this chick. And she was reliving her past life.
That's crazy.
This shit was crazy.
I definitely believe it 100%. I feel like it's so many different things to this world that they want to keep us in the dark about so that we don't know. And it's crazy.
But you want to know what? In the last 2 years, I think a lot of people have been waking up, right? And it's scaring the fuck out of these people.
Yep.
And I don't know who the fuck these people are, but it's scaring the fuck out of these people. Because everybody is waking up. You got Kanye West, crazy, sick, retarded ass, right? And I say that because in our terminology, like, that means, alright, motherfucker, you pushing shit. You going there. But in they line of words, it's like, yeah, he is a sick, crazy motherfucker. He's a sick bastard. Like, no, I'm not saying it like that. What Kanye West did was expose a lot of things in detail.
You know what I think?
And we didn't need the details.
You know what I honestly think he was trying to say? I feel like what he was trying to say in that whole thing about Hitler and everything else was that Hitler didn't do it. The government did.
I feel, you know what? I feel like that's what he was trying to say.
Honestly.
But I also feel like he could have said it in a different manner.
Exactly.
There's a lot of things that the government has done, right? And there's not going to be like no shade, no tea behind it, because they know they done some fucked up shit, and we know they done some fucked up shit. If we go back and look at declassified files from the CIA and all of that shit, because they have them out there, we'll see how much fucked up shit has been done. So,
yo, I'll be watching that shit too.
But I feel like Kanye West is in a point in his life right now where he just don't give a fuck.
Yep, because he know they about to kill him, so.
And this is why it's coming out the way that it's coming out.
Because nobody even cares about the fact that these niggas was doing porn and all that with the fucking kid. And then what's crazy about that is The fact that they had a lawsuit against somebody, dropped the lawsuit, and just made an apology, and then and now it's okay.
Right.
This man was literally crying, talking about, I don't want my kids sexualized. I don't want my kids doing these ads. He was crying, doing that for a reason. And then now y'all making him feel like he was crazy when he was literally doing it for a reason.
And look now, look what's coming out with Balenciaga and the sex trafficking shit.
And nobody even give a fuck at all.
Like, yo, it's crazy to me. This is crazy to me. And
it really is, because I can Shaq, he gonna say, oh, when Kanye said something about that, he gonna say, oh, Kanye, shut the fuck up. How you gonna say that, but you're not even saying nothing about Balenciaga? What the fuck is wrong with you?
a lot of them won't, because they low-key got deals with these people.
So it's crazy. Like, I feel like, yo, this shit, damn, I gotta go downstairs and get another fucking rap. I hate that I have an upstairs and downstairs, because that's a fucking workout. It is. I drop out 45 calories every single time I walk up and down them steps.
Please watch this.
Out in situations like this, and do you think speaking out is enough, or should they cut ties with Balenciaga completely?
Jeff on TikTok. They should cut ties. Facts. Where's the outrage? I'm going to go off for a minute here, because where is the outrage? It's been a week and a half, and now we're doing this story. I get it. Thanksgiving. And Balenciaga is promoting pedophilia. Hide behind that, right? Maybe this will make it through the news cycle. No, it's not. Okay? Adidas didn't cut ties 48 hours after Kanye did his whole thing, right? And they got lambasted for not speaking out against anti-Semitism. This is a week and a half, and nobody seems to care that there's little kids involved in this. I can't speak what it's like to be a black man, right? I can't speak what it's like to be a Jewish woman, but I can speak what it's like to be a father of two young boys. Let's go. And that this type of behavior, when I worked at CBS.com out of a little closet my first show, I was like, I'm going to say this and wear a blue shirt. I got 49 emails saying, maybe wear a purple shirt and maybe don't say this here. Don't tell me this slipped through the cracks when you're in a court case that features child pornography. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. Jeopardy's got to flip their whole production because of one person said something, but they wanted to be woke and do all that. How many other examples are there? 10, 20, 30, 40? Get Balenciaga out of here. People? But this slips through the cracks. It's outrageous. And that people aren't outraged and skipping work with their posters and going to the courthouse or going to Balenciaga, and stars aren't wiping their Instagram and social media with all their Balenciaga gear is disgusting in itself. Don't you tell me, Hollywood, how to live my life, or you want me canceled, or because you produce something. You're going to go around because Balenciaga pays you $1 million, $2 million, $5 million. Kim Kardashian, shame on you. You're a cancel Balenciaga company, cancel pedophilia, take a weekend and cancel the people that support them. Shame on you. Please.
Exactly.
Shit.
But people was burning Yeezys though. People was literally burning Yeezys though.
Shit, they got videos now with people cutting up their Balenciagas.
Like, that shit is crazy.
This shit is wild.
You know what, Balenciaga's like, well, they paid for it already, so I don't care.
Yeah, but I think this gonna tarnish their ass. And if it don't, something's wrong.
It's not. You don't see nobody talking about it no more. But you can literally, they can talk about Kanye, they can talk about this, they can talk about that, but they literally can't say nothing about that. Everybody's just on hush, and that's exactly what the industry is. Everybody's just quiet. Everybody's just a fucking walking dummy. You literally gotta follow and do exactly what they say, and if you don't, you just overdose. You pass out. You got hit, died in a car accident, shot.
So
then they just find some random black man and blame it on and say it was them, and then sit there and do it just like that. Because for that man to literally sit there and say, I need to hire a private investigator because I did not kill him, I don't think he killed Takeoff. Because why would you want a private investigator? Now they're going to find out stuff that you didn't want them to find about your past, everything else. And if you want them to do this, honestly, I feel like he didn't do it.
The Takeoff guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot of things going on with that. Let's get into that
real quick. Going on. Rest in peace, Takeoff. But listen to this. Before Takeoff died.
So there's a video out now, right? I'm glad you brought that up. I was just scrolling and I seen it. There's a video out now with this whole thing with Takeoff, and they have a video with Casanova at the dice game with, I guess, Jay Prince Jr., the same dice game that Takeoff died at. But this is, I guess this is one from a few years ago. And Casanova had caught them cheating in the dice game. So maybe this is why these niggas was arguing this time, because maybe one of them niggas cheated them out they fucking bread. Like, I don't know. This is just speculation and this is just allegations. So let's get into the video.
When somebody dies, you're gonna be a witness. You heard that, right? Saying that. Calm down. This nigga's gambling. Calm down. Calm down. Niggas gambling money. You telling me I look at the door, you gonna tell me all these coming. I look at the door and this man through the lights. Calm down. Leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. I'm done. That's your money, man. Yo, I don't know. You know what we do. Even but listen, this man just told me the police coming. He's right, both of them. I looked over here and I turned around and you rolled back.
Some things just gotta change.
That shit is weird. It is. You know what's crazy? Because they said there's always something going on at them dice games. Always.
Nope. This is exactly why I stay my ass home.
Appeared before a judge a short time ago. Houston police say Patrick Xavier Clark is the person who pulled the
A lot of people are saying that the person that they arrested for this thing is not even him. Is not the killer.
trigger outside of a downtown bowling alley. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry live outside of the Harris County Jail with new information in this case. Bryce.
Brandon, the suspect in Takeoff's murder was supposed to appear in court sometime in the 7 o'clock hour, but it just happened in the last 10 minutes or so. We're told that he entered the courtroom in an orange jumpsuit surrounded by 7 police officers. And tonight, prosecutors are asking for him to be held on a $1 million bail. Tonight, 33-year-old Patrick Xavier Clark is accused of murdering Migos rapper Takeoff more than a month ago outside a private party at a downtown bowling alley.
More than entertainer, he was a son, a brother, cousin, and a friend, and a mentor to those in the music industry.
Friday afternoon, Houston Police Chief Troy Finner announced Clark's arrest alongside Mayor Sylvester Turner and investigators disclosing new details about what led up to the shooting.
There was a lucrative dice game that went on at the event. There was an argument that happened afterwards outside the bowling alley, which led to the shooting. I can tell you that Takeoff was not involved in playing in the dice game. He was not involved in the argument that happened outside. He was not armed. He was an innocent bystander.
In asking for a $1 million bond, court documents show prosecutors consider Clark a flight risk, revealing that he applied for an expedited passport after the November 1st murder and had plans to travel to Mexico. Police arrested him Thursday with a large amount of cash. Police also arrested 22-year-old Cameron Joshua, caught on video with a weapon at the after party, and charged him with unlawful carrying of a weapon. Police say the investigation isn't close to over. And we are still learning more details as this hearing unfolds in the building behind me here. In fact, we're told that there was video that actually captured Clark pointing the gun at Takeoff. Also, video of him fleeing the scene. Of course, these are details just developing right now, and we'll continue to keep you updated. The suspect is due back in court on Monday. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Bryce.
Appeared before a judge to show.
I don't know if they watched the same video we watched. Because I don't remember it being no light-skinned guy there. No. Or maybe it was. I don't know. I just don't remember.
Mandela.
Oh, well, maybe. Mandela effect. Not a Mandela effect. But, I mean, they are saying that he was there. There's a picture with him being at the scene. And this is the video of TMZ. But it's just a video of him being there. I don't see him pulling out the gun or nothing, so I'm not sure. I'm really not even sure.
They gotta just shoot anybody.
Yeah. At this point, anybody got to get arrested for it. Because from what I heard, they killed him. That's what I heard. That the first reports was they killed him. Word on the street.
Word on the street is Lil Cam, J Prince Jr.'s bodyguard, the alleged killer of Takeoff, has been killed in Houston.
And that's the same one that they had in the fucking arrest picture when they said he was arrested for carrying an unlawful weapon.
Yep.
Take it. Hold on, look. Take it.
The video from TMZ showed two people on one side holding guns.
Tell me you don't play basketball. You just saw me play basketball. You just in the gym. Play like that, bro. Don't play like that, bro. Let go. I ain't doing shit. Go back and forth, bro. I've been hurt somebody, bro.
Oh, shit. No, hell no. No.
Take it.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I feel like a lot of things that are accidents are not accidents. A lot of things that are blamed by some people are not really them. Like, I feel like Princess Diana, that was not a fucking car accident. No. Absolutely the fuck not. Like, her husband had her ass killed.
Well, that's another podcast for another day. Yo, so we gonna end it right here, and I wanna thank you, and I appreciate you for coming on this this early in the fucking morning. It's 3:47, and we ended this podcast.
We gotta speak because they sleep.
Yeah, I gotta work in the morning time, but I just wanted to come up here and talk some bullshit with y'all with my homegirl Jen, yo. Haven't did this in a long time, and I wanted to come up here and give y'all something, and it was good speaking with her because I haven't spoken to her in a while, so this was dope, and we definitely gotta do this again.
Yeah, for real.
And on that note, y'all, I hope y'all take something from this. And what you say, Jen?
I said good night.
She said good night to the people. Good night, family. Deuces.